Go ahead, Shane.
Yes, Vaibhav, you can.
Okay, fine. Good, right? So what is the last thing we discussed, which is left, right? We have to write into the Excel file. That is the only thing we, we left, right? So what we can do, we can go here, so, right? Here we will mention right range workbook. Okay, right range work. Take this. Now I have taken this. It will ask where you want to write, like give the path. So I will go ahead. I will select the path. Okay, same Excel. Then it will ask sheet name. So we'll go sheet one, right? Now it will ask cell. Okay, from which cell you want to start writing. So I will say start writing from E1. Okay, start writing from E1. Okay, so this is just starting point. E1, E1. If you are not giving anything here, by default it will start writing from A1. Okay, so it will override those things, right? So we have to start writing from E1, so it will start writing from E1. Okay, then it is asking data table. Give me a data table as a in. But just imagine, do we have any data table as a input? No, right? We don't have any data table as a input. Okay, so what we have to do? We have to create a temporary data table. There are many ways. We'll talk one by one, right? So first approach is we have to create a data table. Okay, but we don't have any data table, right? So what we can do? We can create a temporary data table, right? And this is a one-time activity, correct? So if this is a one-time activity, we will create into the initialization. Okay, we'll go here and we'll create into the initialization. Go to the initialization and maybe anywhere, doesn't matter, right? After read range workbook, I will create a build data table. Okay, build data table. Drag and drop. I drag and click on the data table. I just click on the data table. You can see here we have some default column and rows are there. First thing, remove this unnecessary value. So remove, right? Remove one column. We need only one column. Remove, right? Then we have to give the name. What will be the name? Click on edit. I will give order number. Order number. This column name I want it out. Click on the OK. So you can see this column number will get created. OK, right? And go to the properties and create a variable. What variable we have to create? Temporary variable. So where temp tt, where temp tt. So go to the variables, okay, and increase the scope because we have to use this into the processing also. Flowchart. Make it as a flowchart. Now go back to the processing. So now I will go to the processing. Okay. So in processing, right, we have created a temporary data table, right? So that is a data table variable. So I will go here and I will pass that variable where temp. But now it will work. But do we have any values into the where temp? No, right? It's a empty. Okay. It's a empty. It don't have any value, right? So if you run this, now what it will do, it will just create a column and it will give the blank values, right? Because we don't have any values. So what we have to do, we have to write the values into that data table. Which data table? Temporary data table. Which value we have to write, right? We have to write this order number, right? This order number we have to write. So how to write, correct? And where we have to write? Again, we'll go back to the flowchart. Okay, we'll go here and this is the row, right? So where we have to write? We have to write into the rows, right? So if you want to write into the data table row, okay, we have to use the add data row. Okay, so how can we use this? So before this, Before writing into the Excel, we have to write into the temporary data table. So I will use add data row. Okay, take this item. Okay, now here we'll give into the array row. I will explain data row as well later, right? So go to the array row, curly braces, open close curly braces, and here we have to give where order now. Give this way and give the temporary data table variable here, right? So what it will do, it will write this value, order number value into this temporary data table. Okay, and then that value will get written into the Excel. Okay, clear? Any question, doubt? So what we did, we have first thing we have to write into the Excel. So we have used this write range one. Okay, we have given the path, we have given the Excel sheet, we have given the cell from where we want to write it, right? And here it is asking for data table, but we don't have data table. That's the reason we have created one temporary data table. Okay, and we have created one column because out in output we need one column where order date, right? Whatever, where MTT, and then we have added one column order now, right? Then we have given the reference here, that data table, but that data table don't have any value, right? So this activity will write the values into that data table. So we have taken, right? And one more thing we have to do into the right range. Go to the properties. Here you can see add headers. Okay, add headers. So we have to check it. If you check, then only it will consider the header while writing the data into the Excel. Otherwise, it will not consider the header. Directly, it will start writing that order number value from E1. But if you click on the add header, it will write the header and then it will write the value. Clear? Now I will close this. Okay, close this. Suppose my automation is ready, right? I will close this. Now we can run and see it is working perfectly fine or not. So click on the debug. Our automation has started, right? Let's see how it goes. Obviously, we'll face some issues and we'll tackle those issues. Okay, so it's starting. Now, what can you see what it did? It closed it and again it has opened it, right? So, why it is happening? Let's go and see. Stop it. I want to show you the difference. That's the reason I did not check that option initially. Okay, so why it is happening? Go to the unit, go to this use application and go to the property. Okay, in the options, can you see this close and open? Okay, close, open, and resize. We'll talk here first. Close. Go to the close. What are option available? Never means it will never open. If open by application, if it's already open, then it will close. Otherwise, it will not. Sorry, if it's open, then it will not open. If it's closed, it will open. Right. So here we have to mention always. Then you will ask why? Because this is initialization. Here we have to always open the browser. Okay, and then close. Sorry, sorry. I was talking about open. So for the open, we will say always because we are into the initialization. Okay, and for close, we'll mention never. So what do you mean by this close? I talk about open. What do you mean by close? Close means what it's done with performing the action in the do, right? It will close it. And if it's closing, then we need it. We need into the processing, right? So how it will be work, right? It will not work. So that's the reason here we have to mention close name. Okay. And we have one more option, resize. So what happens? Suppose if your application is opening like this, if you want to maximize, minimize, right? Accordingly, we can select the resize. But if you see, here we don't have any such option available. Even though I will select maximize, it will not get maximized because even itself the application, this option is not available. So make it as a none. Okay, right? So now here we have mentioned open always, right? Close never, correct? Now I will go to the flowchart, right? So here also we have used this open application or browser multiple times, right? So here we'll select close never, open also same name. Why? Because it's already open by your initialization. Okay. So go here, whatever you have, right? Here, select never, select never. Go open never, okay, close also never, right? Then go to the next. Close never, open never. Okay. Go here, close never, open. Okay. Now we'll go to the age, right? See, here it doesn't matter because anyhow, what it will do, it will close it, right? So here, if its neighbor is already selected or not, doesn't matter. By default, it will be uh, close always. Huh? By default, it will always close. So no need to change anything, right? And here also open, we can say neighbor, right? Close doesn't matter because after that there will be no steps. But for open, we'll say as a neighbor. Okay. Now I will save this, right? I will close this and we can run. And let's see it is working or not. Okay. So any question for open close property? All good. Okay. So now it's starting. Okay. Let's see how it works. Now can you see we did not face that issue. Okay. Now it came here and it stopped. Okay. So why it stopped here? Let's see. And whenever it stopped, let the error come. Okay. Let the error come because from error only we'll understand why we are getting this error, right? And by reading the error, we can fix the issue. Okay. And don't worry, during the initial phase, we should get errors. Okay. We should get errors. It should not be a happy scenario every time because if you are getting error, then only will understand right how to fix it. So what it is saying? The desktop application execution failed due to the pop-up window zoom.exe. Okay. So what it is saying, because of this my zoom screen, right? It is interrupting it, right? So I will move that my zoom screen to some other place. In the real time scenario, this will not be the case. Okay, let's run. So I have moved my zoom screen here, another location. So hopefully will not face this issue. Now let's run. Okay, still it's not doing, right? We'll figure it out why it's not doing. Let the error come. Yeah, simply here it's the fine. Okay. Now this is not the issue, right? This is might be the something different. And then you will say why it is taking time to get that error. Okay. So why it is taking time to get that error basically? Okay. Because if some action it is not able to perform by our activities, right? It will try to search, it will try to look where that object is there, what action it is doing, and still it is not able to do that. After the 30-second, it will throw the error. Okay. Now you can see error is different. What is the error? It is saying type. into product code, typically activity verification failed. Expected text was 14 and actual result is new order. Okay, so let's see. Stop this. Okay, I stop. Right. So where we are getting this? We are getting this error here. Okay, okay. If you go here, it is it has enter one, it has click on the go, and we are getting error here. So what it did basically here, uh, we can go to the output and we can see the error again, right? What it is saying? Expected text was 14. But yes, we have given the expect. If you see here, right? I think it is closed. No, right? It is there. Expected text was 40, right? Means the value should come as a 14 from the Excel, right? Product code. So yes, it is coming as a 14, right? And what it is saying, actual result, new order. So I'm not getting why it is saying the actual result is a new order, right? So I just want to tell you few things. We are working on this community, so sometimes few things will be here and there. And these are the activities we are learning with the modern activities. We are not learning with the legacy activity. So we are having legacy activities, right? But now organizations starting using this modern activities. So it's a good, we should aware about the modern activities rather than the legacy activity. Okay. So we are working with the modern activity, right? So if it is showing that one, right? So what we can do, we can go here and remove the verification. Okay, so it will not do that verification what it is writing. So I have removed that verification. Save it and run one more time and let's see. And that verification it is doing mainly, right? That is the different thing will talk for that as well. Okay, so now it is starting run. Okay, just 5 minutes, huh? Wait, it will be here and there because we should finish it, right? So that you can do the practice during the weekends. See, it is working perfectly fine now, right? And for even other activities, we are having this verification, right? So it works perfectly fine. Let's see, no worries. And we'll tell you how to fix it that as well. You see, it is working fine for all the records. Okay, it completed, it worked perfectly fine. We have resolved error or problems. Now we'll go to the project and we'll see it really has written into the Excel or not. You can see the timing, right? Open it, right? Can you see? It has written these values perfect. Okay. Now you can see here it is not getting formatted properly, right? So by default it will not get formatted properly, but we can format with the help of automation also. That also we'll see during the next session, right? But whatever the automation we have built so far, right? That is working perfectly. Okay. So clear? Any question, doubt?
So that verification error that you have removed, what like what was the issue and how it has been removed?
So I have what I did. I went here.
Yeah.
and I just mention remove it.
So what exactly it's very fun that
Sorry.
means what is causing that error to happen?
Okay.
Uh,
So that also I have shown. Okay. So what it was saying, like it should expected thing is should write a 40. Okay.
okay.
Right. And it is saying actually new order. Okay. It was saying actual as a new
Yeah.
order. Correct. So already it was adding 14 only. It was not adding new order. Right. So when we have recorded it, means when we have inspected it, it might happen it has taken something wrong, right?
Okay. Okay.
That's the reason it was happening. Now you can see here, right? Uh, Here also the same thing is available, right? Here
Okay.
it is working perfectly, right? So that we
Okay.
have to correct it in case it is taking.
Understand.
Okay,
Need to keep this value.
your voice is breaking, Prince.
I'm asking.
No, you are not audible. You are not audible. Okay.
So, Vaibhav, just a quick question that here we can write the expected value also if we want.
Where here they are already taking that see verify it, right? So expected value is whatever the from the excel it is coming as the expected value. So already we have this expected value whatever we can see.
Okay, so we can like what I understand expected value is we are adding extra verification. Like in the automation tool, you might be aware in test automation tool, we write the expected value.
Hmm.
So I think this tool is writing itself
Correct,
and
correct,
that
correct.
here. Yeah.
Because this
Okay.
tool nowadays, right, being used for a test automation along with the RP.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
And
so
this
this
same thing, this UI path is used for test automation also.
yes, and it having all those ALM capabilities as well, Gautam. Okay, like we can add a
Okay.
requirement. Okay, we can add the test cases, for example, right? So those things also being done into this particular.
Okay. Okay. I got it. Thank
Okay, yeah.
See, well, I got disconnected. So regarding that question, I'm not sure if you have replied back.
No, I did not heard, Prem.
Okay, I put it on a chat. So, like, what is a good practice to be followed? Should we keep the verification or should we take it out?
No. So obviously we should keep it.
Keep
Okay,
it.
but
Okay.
just want to tell you one thing, right? I
Yeah.
just explained to Gautam. So why this verification is there from the RPA point of view, right? RPA point of view, this verification is not important. Okay, from
Okay.
RPA point of view. But
Okay.
the same tool being used for a test automation also, right?
Okay.
Like, for example, we are able to enter the username or will verify will be able to enter password or not, right? So such scenario, we need this verification. From
Okay.
RPA point of view, it is not required, basically.
Okay. So if we move to, let's say, using the testing module or using the same for testing, at that time this will be
Correct,
helpful.
correct.
Got it.
Right? So, if you people have time, I have time, you can finish it, right? And let me know in case any error or any problems are coming, right? Or someone want to go for office or for anything, what you people can do? Go through the recording, try it because anyhow flow is completed, right? And I have explained each and every. So try it. If getting any error, any problem, post into the group, I will resolve it.